Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. It's been a while. By video though, I mean like just content, because I really haven't made an actual video in God knows how long. Anyways, my name is FaZe, as I just said, and this video in specific has kind of been something I've been thinking about for a little bit. It's a video about talking about a game that I do think is good. It's just I don't really like it that much at the same time. Anyways, so do y'all know what Nullscape is? Do you? If you don't, let me break it down for you. Nullscape is like a platformer of sorts and kind of a fast-paced, chaotic game. In Nullscape, you get, like, you know, upgrades and curses and enemies to choose from. It's like Dive, if you know what Dive is. Except just not as fast. And you collect stuff and etc, etc. Well, as it turns out, when, you know, I was playing today, I came across, you know, the idea to make a video about it. Because there is some stuff I do want to talk about and let the public know. If they already do know, then okay, cool. So, today's video is about Nullscape pros and cons. Anyways, so I don't really know how to start a segment, but let's just see where it goes. So, Nullscape. Yeah, when it comes to Nullscape and the general consensus of, well, I guess, how it works, you get upgrades and all that, as I just said. But, for this section in particular, we're not going to talk about, like, the downsides to it, like, anything. We're just going to talk about the upsides to this game. It's very addictive. I'll point that out. Super addictive. I've only just started, like, probably, like, yesterday, and I'm already having a blast. But since I'm already, like, I guess, filled in with this kind of genre, I'm probably the same level as a level 100. Because I also understand the enemies already, too. Yeah, I'm just super good. Anyways, let's see. If I had to, I guess, make a assumption on how the player base is, and also according to how many deaths there are on the global death thing, people's least favorite characters are Husk and the Void. I guess that's a character. And I guess also Mart for whatever reason. Well, I'm here to say, you guys are fucking babies. The Void, not hard to do anything, like, all you gotta do is just not fall. You gotta time your jumps and your abilities correctly and just don't fall. That's literally it. You guys are super dumb. So you should be able to understand this. Husk, I mean, I guess I understand why they are a problem, per se. But for me, they're not a problem because I've modded Pizza Tower. And I've dealt with, like, Fake Peppino follows you, and Beat the Face follows you, stuff like that. You know, I've dealt with this kind of thing before. Sure, it's in 2D, but I'm used to the concept of someone following me. Now, Nullscape wouldn't be that bad, not at all. If, you know, there also wasn't the fact that there's also, like, you know, the shop that takes forever to get money on. I will say, the animations, cool. I love them. Emotes, they could have done better with the Pizza Tower song that they picked, because I honestly don't like that one. Yeah, and that's about it. I think this game's just cool. But there's also the thing where customization is actually just really good. It's easy to understand. Buy something, you equip it. And to unequip it, you go back to the same item you bought and press the unequip button. Super simple and easy. Better than Forsaken Shop, I tell you that. Let's see. Now, that is, yes, of course, upside. And really, I do think that Nullscape has a huge, absolutely humongous, potential grab. As long as they make the right enemies and make them balanced, this game would be awesome. There's a lot of enemies that already are good and balanced. Husk, ICMB, I think. That's what the bomb is called. Not you. Not you. I hate you. But, on an unrelated note to that guy, these guys are pretty counterable. Most of them are. And it's actually easy to understand the enemies even without reading tips, because that's what I did. I just play the game. I don't like to read all the time. It's just how it is. I even went to Forsaken like that. I don't read. I mean, I do, just not in games. The only time I really do read is if it's a story. Anyways, off topic. But in the game, I will say, there is a huge, again, absolutely humongous amount of potential to be had with not only the enemies, but the design of the maps. Right now, it's pretty good. I'll say, sometimes it's a little bit douchey, but it is good. I personally enjoy the layout of all the maps. I think it's good. And that's all I have to praise. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I like the music too. That's all I have to praise. And that's all the pros I have. We'll get into the neutral side of things now. Because, yeah, it's not part of pros and cons title, but it is something that's in between, so I have to talk about it. So in Nullscape, there's also the undenying factor of, well, you play the game, you get money to get certain stuff like classes and all that, and levels, and etc, etc. Nullscape, can you, make us get more money from runs? Because I get it. Start of the run, very slow for levels and money making. Get that. But you literally cannot go into a longer run as a starter unless you get those good players that won't join you. Otherwise, it's like I think it's a extreme or insane difficulty. I don't remember what it's called, but guys, we cannot be this slow to understand the fact that Nullscape, a game that has pretty expensive animations and emotes and etc, etc, has the worst money achievement and a level achievement thing I've ever seen in the game. It's so slow. I'm on level 6 and I've been playing for again a day or two. Sure, I mean, I guess that's normal under normal circumstances, but I played this game for a few hours each, at least 5 to 6 each time I play the game. So far, at least. And I gotta say, there's no way that the new players that join my lobby with me, because I usually make lobbies that anyone could join, are enjoying the experience that I'm also enjoying. Because again, it's not bad to make your game require you to play longer to get certain things. But Nullscape developers, I gotta put it out there to you. You cannot make it this tedious to actually get anything. So you're telling me a 2-hour long run that I did so, and I got a lap 2 achievement and whatever, takes how long now? Hold on, let me consult with someone. Yeah, You know, it takes 2 hours, as I said. But why does it give you only $800? $800 is not enough for anything that I want. I can't get the spirit class I've been trying to grind for. I can't get an animation that I want. I can't get nothing. What do you expect me to do? How do you expect me to enjoy this game? But at the same time, I do enjoy it. Anyways, yeah, that was the neutral side of things. I can't believe it. Capitalism. But now let's get into the cons of this game. Unfortunately, there is a lot. Tisk, tisk, tisk. This game's good. Trust me. I can glaze it all day, but at the same time I can't. But why is there, 3 enemies in particular that are so bad to the point where it makes me yell on the top of my lungs? First off, we got Springer? Spring? I don't, why did you guys make this name? Anyways, I'm just gonna call it Springer. I'm not even gonna say it right. Springer is a chess piece that jumps around the map at random. Cool. Why is it so unbelievably hard to react to it? Because the indicator that shows up on the thing shows up 2 seconds before it lands. That is not enough time. Take ICMB for example. It gives you a warning that you're being targeted. And then when it's about to land, it becomes huge. So you use your ability, or you go to another platform to avoid it. That is balanced. Why the hell does this fucking creature do that, but 10 times worse? You get a sound indicator, 2 seconds long. You get an indicator that also, shows up right in front of you sometimes, or behind you. 2 seconds long. I've died unfairly each time to this guy. And also comboed with the next enemy I'm going to talk about. No! You need to nerf him super bad. Now there's also Flesh. Really? This is a cool character and concept. And a cool character by design, because it's a hand that follows you, that makes the whole ground around you into blood, like a bloody, fleshy floor. That's awesome. I love that cool thing. But why is it so fast? And why does it not switch targets after a while? And why does it disable abilities? The slow was enough. It makes ICMBs and sprinters hard as hell to counter. Do you not get how much of my runs get folded because of a sprinter because of Flesh? And I'll purposely not pick them too, like I usually do. But then, someone gets the altar of, I think it's Purgatory. From the altar of Purgatory, you get an upside and downside. Sometimes you get an upside of 2 times, like, golden gift, you know, whatever. That's awesome. That's a lot of money. But then there's a title that says, good luck. Good luck indicates that every enemy, I am pretty sure, spawns. And then if you already have that enemy, you get another one. So, with that being said, you can have one Springer, few ICMBs, and like, you know, a few Husk and a few Marks. Some like basic stuff. All of a sudden, boom, you get Flesh, you get Baby, you get fucking... What's that one guy's name that teleports in front of you? That's also going to be talked about. I don't know. I forgot. Probably show an image here. But, why? Why? Do you have to, like, deal with Flesh? Just bring the Flesh out of that. And honestly, it's upsetting to see that this game actually has a character like that. And then we got this thing that teleports in front of you, and you get 0 to no reaction time, just like Springer. And there's no real indicator either. And this is the nerfed version, by the way. Now, there is an upside. I'm pretty sure he only gets, like, to spawn in the shop when you get to, like, level 10 or above, I believe. And I think he's just rare in general. But he shouldn't be an enemy at all in this game. I think there is a way to tell if he's about to spawn in front of you, but I'm not even sure. I don't think there is, because I've also seen the Lazy Duck, a Forsaken content creator, talk about him. And, what do you mean that, he, like, you know, barely has a sound cue? I haven't even heard this guy's sound cue when he actually gets, you know, chosen. I don't hear nothing. He just will appear right in front of me, and I'll get killed by him or Husk. That is so unbalanced. It is so unbalanced. I guess there's an upside to Flesh. But if you have Flesh, I guess it's easier to predict him. Because you're slower. But you still shouldn't have to deal with that, should you? No! You shouldn't have to deal with an enemy that literally teleports in front of you. That is like ground zero, like base, like common knowledge. Don't make an enemy that is so busted that you just, like, it ruins the whole game. These 3 enemies I talked about are, like, the only reason why I hate this game as much as I do, but also love the game. Well, not love. It's the only reason why I hate the game. I think. But I guess on an unrelated topic to enemies, there is something else I do have to point out. Some map designs are god-awful. Let's get into that, shall we?
I'm done!
In Nullscape, it's randomly generated. The maps are usually randomly generated, and enemies are randomly generated, and all that. I mean, I guess upgrades aren't. Anyways, so Nullscape, do you want to tell me why, in terms of at least when I have like Flesh and Springer on my team of enemies I have to deal with, there is a chance to have a literal death sentence with a Flesh combo? Because you can be like in a situation where you're not that fast, but you have the money scheme problem, you know? You have money, that's all you need. You have the lower gravity, that's all you need. You have your abilities. there's this, like, part of the map I can't really recall. Or, I don't think I could probably show you, because it was, like, the first time I've ever got it. But there's a part of the map that can spawn where it would be a jump. A pretty big jump. Not a short one, a pretty big one. To a staircase that goes down. Normally, that wouldn't be bad. And you would have to go there because there's gifts down there. Again, normally, that wouldn't be bad. But then if you got flesh, you can't jump to the other side again. Because you would be slow, and no matter how big of a jump boost you got, you're not going to be able to jump that. You can't even use abilities, so, what the fuck? You literally cannot jump that gap. There's no way to actually jump this gap that I'm talking about. I don't know how. I don't know what it is. I can't really I can't really show you unless I can, because I'm gonna record footage and like you put it in the background, whatever, or do something. I don't know. Why is there a possibility for this to just happen though? That map generation is so ass. There's other map generations I hate too. Like there's let's see. It's a pretty common one. But there's one where you would have to go like in a plus rotation. Sometimes there will be like an ultra there, other times there will be like nothing there. You know, it's just like a little thing. And then sometimes there will be like a big ass pillar in the middle. Whatever. Cool. I get that. So why the fuck is the, like, you know, thing with it, you know, the whole plus thing. If you actually, like, get into the second lap on that thing, you know, that's cool. You're gonna start there, get all those gifts, but if you get targeted first, and you're trying to get all those gifts, which you don't have to, it's optional, I will say. I guess this is on my part and other people's part that like to go for all the gifts usually. Sorry, that's my dog. Why the fuck is there, like, you know, the criteria of, well, if you want this, you're gonna have to do this, and this, and this. So then you can actually get there. Because sometimes, you know, it'll be that easy, like, you know, straight path to the plus thing, and then there's a staircase up there, and whatever. But also tell me why there's a very huge chance for to be a big ass statue in the middle, and then Springer would just jump there somehow. Like he would jump to like a side, and the shockwave that he leaves behind, which I forgot to mention, he leaves a shockwave behind every single time he lands. The shockwave that he leaves behind would kind of ruin you because it pushes you back, and then it would sometimes, if you don't like have abilities ready to use, it would literally fuck you up and make you fall. Flesh. I just feel like that's just actual bullshit, because it's hard enough as is to actually get there sometimes. Because certain map generation and certain enemies can make it an actual pain in the ass. And then when you get there, you know, it's easy to traverse it. And then just awful combos can happen there. It's just awful. There's also another one where, like, you have to go up, and then there's, like, presents on, like, different sides of a board. And you have to go up these stairs to jump up there, and then you have to go up the other side to get them, etc., etc. Whatever. You know, that's cool and all, but if, like, you know, you're in lap 2, and you get those, like, presents, you know, and then all of a sudden, you get the flesh, and then, you know, it starts to disappear, you're cooked. You're literally cooked. There's nothing you can do. You can't use abilities to try to dive out of there or anything. You can't, like, find a way to manage escape, because depending on what difficulty you're on, it will change. I'm usually on, like, standard or the the highest difficulty. I'm never on casual, but I just find it so fucked up how the, like, biggest, like, fucking, I guess it's, like, the biggest generated, like, part of the map they can get, I think, can spawn, and then a flesh and sprinter combo could happen to you, or, like, a flesh and escape combo during lap 2. It's just not good. It's so bad. You literally can't do anything about that. Like, it's so bad. And, I guess that's all the cons I have about the game. But, I don't know. This video is not, like, to make anyone quit the game, by the way. This is just my opinion on how I feel about this game and, you know, all that. I'm just trying to get my point across that there is some unbalanced stuff, and there is good stuff, and money-making needs to be, like, extremely buffed. But, yeah. I guess that's it for my, like, video. I hope you enjoy. It's been a while since I've actually made a rant video about really anything. And, yeah. Subscribe if you want, like, share with people, just if you want to. I don't mind. And, yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.